my word to the fam. Yeah, I know it's been hard, but through it all, man, I promise we gon' ball.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Out the Pocket Sports. Now we're going to get into some NFL, man. We're going to talk about a few of those games from last week, man.
Okay.
I want to talk about that Thursday night game between the Panthers and the Bears.
Man, it took everything in me to watch that game. I watched the whole game.
Not me, man.
I watched the whole game. It took everything in me to watch that game.
It was painful.
really wanted to turn it.
It was painful. I couldn't do it, man. I had to turn it off, man. Final score over 13-16. The Bears.
Bro, like, the reason why I watched that whole game was because I had something on the line.
Yeah, something on the line?
Yeah, I had something on the line on that game. So it was like, either I watch it and lose interest. I mean, either I watch it and pay attention, or I turn it and just lose total interest. Because it was a boring game. It was terrible.
And I fell asleep on it. You know, I had it was one of those games with a pick six where we all had to pick somebody. It's like the Panthers. I'm like,
yeah, I wonder who all lost.
The Bears. I think we had 5 people that picked Panthers. I don't know why. Everybody should have went for the Bears on that one, man.
Because they was at home.
The basically and both of these teams are tanking. They're trying to get the first place. I said, the good news is both of these teams were close to getting the top pick. I said the bad news is somebody got to win.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it was horrible to watch, man. But I picked the Bears on that one. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, it was a game you had to pick. I almost just damn near took a loss.
Bro, I said this during the game because we was on the phone when it happened. Dude had got that run back on the kickoff.
Yeah.
I was like, the coach probably cussed him the fuck out. Like, dude, we trying to tank and you gonna score on the first kickoff?
What's wrong with you, man?
It was the very first kickoff. Dude ran for a touchdown, bro.
Yeah, it was dreadful to watch that game, man.
That was the only thing that exciting that happened that whole game.
Right, that right there. I know everybody was out there drunk and tired, you know what I mean, stand, you know what I mean, whatever, man. But Miami, the early game, Miami and Kansas City.
Yeah.
Okay. I wanted to talk about that one because, Miami is now sitting 6-3. Okay. And they talk about Miami. They can't beat good team. I mean, this was a good. I mean, they lost by 1 touchdown. It wasn't too bad, but they're not getting it done. But what I can say about Miami, they got 6 wins against teams that they should be beating.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What they supposed to do.
Yeah, exactly. But unlike Kansas City, they lost to a 1-5 Denver team. Philly lost to a 3-4.
That's what made them go down for me when they.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like they're losing. Like Miami to me is like the little brother that's just got as good as the little brother. Yeah. They can beat everybody the little brother can beat, but they just can't beat. I mean, they're good. They can beat everybody Big Brother's beating, but they just can't beat Big Brother yet. You know what I mean? So that's where Miami at. But they're good. Like I said, they're getting the games that they need to win, and when they get in the playoffs, they can do some damage. Miami's not a bad team. They're just not there yet. You know what I mean? Everybody's talking about, they got wins against all their opponents, have losing records. But hey, they're beating those teams. They're not playing down to their competition. They're just not there to beat the high level of the teams yet. But they are a good team. They're leading the division. They're going to probably host a wild card game, and they're a team that can do some damage. They can upset somebody. They can get a win. So, you know what I mean. But that was a good one. Could have went either way. I think Kansas City got a lot of problems, man. You know what I mean? So
what do you think the problem is with them, cuz?
I don't know, man. It's, their defense is playing better. I think they may have some problems on offense. I think I've been hearing a lot, because I haven't really been watching them a lot, but I've been hearing about their receivers dropping a lot of passes and stuff like that.
The only person I see that's constantly catching the ball,
Kelsey,
is Kelsey.
Yeah.
He makes the big play every time. Nobody else does.
And when they shut that down, it's going to be hard for them to win. But their defense is playing better, which is allowing them to, their offense is struggle, but their defense is stopping their opponent. So, but, they have a little problem on offense. So, one of my picks last week was the Falcons against the Vikings. Okay, Dobbs came in and did his thing. I was upset because I'm like, I picked Atlanta to win at home. I just can't trust the Falcons. I'm just going to stay away from them for the rest of the season.
I've been staying far away.
Far away, man. I just went. I was like, oh, they should get this. Minnesota's down quarterbacks. Two quarterbacks, man. But
two quarterbacks?
Two quarterbacks. He's the backup of the backup. You know what I mean?
The backup of the backup. Wow.
And, you know, they just didn't get it done, man. Like, the Falcons came down and scored to take the lead.
Yeah.
And they just could not stop Minnesota, man. Dobbs was running all over them, man. Completing pass. He didn't have a lot of passing yards, man, but he did what he did. He did enough to get the win. And I'm like, oh, man, these Falcons, man. Like,
you was watching this game closely.
I'm sitting there like, come on, y'all. I'm sitting there like, I was really pissed when they scored that touchdown, man.
And shit, rubbing your legs and shit.
Come on, man. Scratching my face. But I was really, I'm like, come on, man, just stop them, man. Like, just stop them. And they couldn't do it, man. Like, they had him in the backfield sacked. Yeah. He got out of it and ran, got like 30 yards or something, man.
What
like,
the fuck?
I'm like, dang, man, y'all blowing it, man. Like, and then he came down through that touchdown. I'm like, these messed up my whole week, man. But I stay away from them, you know, the Falcons, man. They're going to end up winning that division with a losing record, man. Like,
with a losing record, where they going to go? Like 7-? I
don't know, man. I mean, they're going to, you know, right now New Orleans is 5-4 and they're 4-5. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. But you know, they're going to that division. I believe is going to be another year with a team with a losing record is going to host a playoff game, and I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, they should be wild cards. You know what I mean? But because they're the best, weakest team in that division, they get to host a game. I don't like that. So the last one, the game of the week was the Cowboys at Philly. Cowboys really should have won that game. That last drive, Dak missed that tight end over the middle. Yeah. You know, and they just went from first and goal to all the way back. You know, sacks, false start, whatever the case may be. Like, Dallas just is a disappointing good team.
They can't get their stuff together?
No, they can't get it together, man. Like, they can't even play. And Dak, you know, like, he had a good game, man, but, you know, no touchdowns. He got dumped on his head for no reason. It's still like Dak was trying, man. I'm gonna give it up to him in that one, man. But he didn't do enough to get it done, man. So what you got to say, cuz Slash?
Okay, so if I'm like, my notes from what I took down, it say he had 3 touchdowns and no picks.
Who, Dak?
Is that the week before? I swear he had 3 touchdowns and no picks, nigga.
Did he?
That's what I was impressed, nigga.
Yeah, because
I wrote it down, because I'm like, bruh.
Am I missing something?
I think it is, unless this is another week, but I don't think it is, because I go, every time I watch the game, I write it down on my notes.
Yeah, I'm tripping, man. Let me see, where they at? Dallas Cowboys. Because
I was impressed. I'm like, he ain't had no picks.
They had 23. Okay, yeah. Dallas, Dak went. Oh, he did. He had 374. What I say? He had no touchdowns?
Yeah, he had no touchdown.
I'm tripping. He had no win. He got no win. Okay, so yeah, my fault, man. 374 and 3 touchdowns.
3 touchdowns. That's my 0 picks.
Yeah.
My number is 0 picks. I'm impressed by that, Dax, because you usually always out there just throwing the ball carelessly and somebody's intercepting the ball from y'all. Like, so I'm impressed, bro. I'm gonna say that. I'm really, really impressed, because I'm like, I told him, like, I'm kind of high on Dallas just because I like that Dax and what's the quarterback? Not the quarterback, the halfback that just left and went to the Patriots. I liked that team. Yeah, Zeke. Yeah. It came from OSU. You know what I'm saying? I liked that tandem, but I don't know, it just didn't work. But like, now Zeke is gone, so like, I guess Dax is stepping his game up, I guess.
Well, like, I don't know. Like, that was a good game. He came to win. You know, they fell short. You know, you can't blame that on him, what happened. You know, there was a lot of, things that went wrong that wasn't his fault. You know what I'm saying? Like, so but he came to win. You give it up to him, 374, 3 touchdowns. I don't know what I was thinking about 0 touchdowns.
You must have thought about the week before or something.
I don't know, man. But he had a good game, you know what I mean? But they came up short in the end. I do know if he wouldn't have missed that tight end, and because I think Philly's safety or cornerback missed the assignment, that would have been a touchdown. You know what I'm saying? For
all the Philly fans was sweating bullets. I know they was.
Everybody. You know what I mean? They was worried. If Dallas was driving, they really should have won that game. You know what I mean? Like,
they should have.
You know, it was a good game, man. I just thought, I don't know if you've been seeing the memes of Dak when he got dumped on his head and everybody was.
I seen it.
You know, he played to win. I mean, you gotta give it up to him on that one, man.
He looked like something out of WWE and shit.
Yeah, like they lifted him up and he fell on his head. Like he got back up, went back to the huddle. He was ready. He was trying to win, man. But they just always fall apart the wrong time. You know what I mean? So let's move on over to our top 5.
Okay, let's go. Let's run.
Get it. So last week, your top 5 was Philly 1, Miami 2, Detroit, Dallas, and Buffalo.
Yep.
What has changed since then?
I ain't going first this week because I want you to go first. Because I feel like you sleeping on somebody.
Okay. All right, well, let me go ahead and go first. My top 5 last week, Philly was 1, Detroit 2, Kansas City 3, Miami 4, and Jacksonville 5.
Okay.
So my top 5 has changed, and someone else is coming in. Another team's come in. I dropped Miami out of the top 5.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I dropped them out, because they can't get it done against good teams. There's 3 losses against good teams. So this week, my number 5 team is the Baltimore Ravens. Okay. They have moved into my top 5.
I thought you was asleep.
No, man. Nope.
I was asleep too. Because I didn't have them in my top 5 at all, period. Neither did you.
I've been watching them, man.
We was both asleep.
I wasn't ready to bring them in my top 5 yet, you know what I'm saying? Because, the other teams.
I just wanted to see. That's the reason I wanted you to go first. I want to see if you was asleep, bro.
No, but I'm awake on it. Baltimore is the truth, man. They got a good game today going on against Cleveland, the divisional game right there. That's going to be a good one because they both got good defenses, but you know what I mean. So so I stayed away from that one in the pick 6 too, because I'm like,
I don't even remember. Did I or did not pick? I think I might have picked on that one.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see, man. But we're doing the pick 6 next. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna stay away from that one, man. But number 5 is the Baltimore Ravens. You know what I'm saying? Number 4, Jacksonville moved up from 5 to 4. Okay. Number 3, I still got Kansas City sitting at 3. So they haven't moved. They're sitting right there. We got Detroit at 2. And number 1 for the second week in a row is Philadelphia Eagles. Okay. You know what I mean? So 1 Philly, 2 Detroit, 3 Kansas City, 4 Jacksonville, 5 Baltimore. Those are my top 5. Okay. Go ahead, Slash. Let me hear it.
Okay, so my number 5 this week is the Detroit Lions. Okay. Because like I said, man, they stay stagnant to me. They are a solid team, but I just don't see no excitement in them besides the rookie halfback. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. Like,
excitement with them is that they're really good.
Bro, like,
you know what I mean? They're good this year. I'm high on them because, they've been down for so long. They need to be good. And then, they're playing at a high level. They're just having fun with it.
The last time Detroit was up for me was when Barry Sanders played for them. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Like, because Barry Sanders was the best halfback in the world and still is to me. Mm-hmm. But Detroit ain't, bro. So they 5 for me.
Detroit 5.
All right, so I got 4 the Dolphins.
Miami, okay, you kept them in the top 5?
Yeah, because they disappointing me more and more every week because I'm starting to see what this fool been saying. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like they still play solid. I'm still high on Tua, but they just got to step it up a little bit more.
They still little brother right now. You know what I mean?
Okay, but then you definitely sleep because you got this team at 5. Why do you got them at 5 and they 7-2?
Because, man, I can't leapfrog them over Jacksonville because Jacksonville is 5-game winning streak. Kansas City is defending champs. Detroit beat the defending champs, so that's why I'm holding them high, and they're good. You know what I'm saying? Philly is number 1, so they can go anywhere, man. They could be anywhere, but I got them at
so 5. I ain't said yet, but Ravens number 3.
Number 3.
Because I just feel like he's still asleep. They 5. You know what I'm saying? But I got them 3 because they 7-2.
7-2.
And they solid. So I'm like, they 3 for me. 7-2.
Okay.
2, the Chiefs.
Kansas City, okay.
They weren't in my top 5 at all last week.
They jumped back up there.
They jumped back up there. I took them off last week because I was mad because they got me my loss or whatever. All right, so 1 for the second week in a row.
The Eagles.
The Eagles.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I promise I'm not on the bandwagon. They just playing real good right now.
And they, 2 years in a row, they started the season off 8-1. So,
Yeah,
what I mean? So, hey, they're playing good. They won. Dallas should have got that win, but, they held it. Philly's defense came through for them at the end. So
I took off the Jags. Although they deserve to be in the top 5, but the Ravens had to go in there, man. The Ravens is playing so good, they had to, man. So I took the Jags off.
They're leading the division, man. They got a good divisional game going on right now with Cleveland. So we'll see, man, if they're gonna pull that out. That is gonna be a tough game, man, So that's it. So that's it for our top 5. So we'll be right back with the Pick 6. Y'all stay tuned.
Come after me! I'm a man! I'm 40!